What's up, Honda fans? I'm Honda Laura, and we are doing a review on the 2020 Honda Civic Hatchback in the Sport Touring trim level. So let's get it going. Woo! Big shout out to Herb Chambers, Honda of Seekonk, for letting us take out the Civic today. So we got the 5-door hatchback in the Honda Civic in my favorite white, and we went with the top touring trim level. So let's start off with the exterior features. Starting off with the front end, 2020 had a little revamp for the Civic hatchbacks. You can see the really cool blacked out concept of the Civic. The 10th generation has a really fun, like, wide, low stance. So the blacked out grille spans the whole width, and then they have LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, and fog lights. Moving down along the side, you really see that awesome revamp with this awesome blacked out aero body kit that goes around the whole length of the car. It really looks like a Type R, super cool Type R light. Rims are 18-inch alloy. They're black with a little bit of gunmetal. Super cool design. The mirrors and door pulls, body colored. Mirrors have turn signal indicators, which is just a little extra fancy. And they have the lane watch, which is my favorite. It's a camera mounted on the mirror, and it gives you a clear view of your blind spot all the way down the side of the car. Super helpful, my favorite. The door pulls have the smart entry system, so all you have to do is have your key fob with you. It has an auto lock when you walk away a certain distance away from the car, and it unlocks and locks with a sensor and remote engine start. Who doesn't love that? Also, moonroof, and there's a capless fuel filler, so when you're getting gas, there's no cap to twist and dangle and get scratches on your car, and no chances of a check engine light. Down along the back side, there is backup camera standard. You have deck lid spoiler, and my favorite is that aero body kit causes like a little diffuser at the back, and there's a dual chrome exhaust, the coolest looking thing. Now let's take a look under the hood. Under the hood of the 2020 Civic Hatchback Sport Touring is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which produces 180 horsepower. It is paired with a CVT transmission, and altogether they yield 29 city, 35 highway, and a combined of 32 miles per gallon. So that was our exterior and under the hood. Now let's take a look inside the car. Being a Honda Civic hatchback owner myself, I am a huge fan of the 10th generation Civics, especially the inside. The Sport Touring has the leather interior, so both of the seats are extremely comfortable. They are heated and power. I love the whole design and layout of the vehicle. It's very symmetrical and uniform, and I love the center console, and everything is just soft touch materials and really looks high end. The gauge cluster up front is one of my favorite designs. It is a colorful, multi-informational LED screen, and you have the buttons on the steering wheel, and you can scroll through several different helpful screens while you're driving. It's very, very useful and user-friendly. The steering wheel is another of my favorite designs. The Sport Touring has the leather-wrapped steering wheel and shifter knob, so extremely comfortable. There are several buttons, and there's paddle shifters in the back if you're feeling a little sporty. Bluetooth, obviously. You have Apple CarPlay, and your display audio right up front. Love it. On the 2020, now you have the physical buttons, so you have the volume knob with the power, and you have all your buttons right up front. You have the Garmin navigation system, Apple CarPlay, your backup camera, and your dual climate controls with physical buttons. Super, super important. The shifter knob, lovely. You have electronic parking brake and your brake hold. I actually use it a lot when I'm going through fast food drive-thru, so you don't have to hold your foot on the brake and the car does not roll forward. You're never going to rear end anybody, especially with the Honda sensing as well. And we can go into that a little bit further. You have your Econ button to further boost your great fuel economy, and a never-ending large center console that you can add all of your snacks that you get when you go through the drive-thru. Now let's take a look at the back seats. So if you're gonna get the Civic hatchback and you have people that you're gonna sit in the back, definitely get the Sport Touring trim level. So obviously the back are leather seats and they're super comfortable. There's 94.8 cubic feet of passenger volume back here. But there's also a cup holder, they're heated seats, and there are speakers in the door. Now let's take a look at the cargo space. Civic hatchback has a lovely, lovely amount of cargo space, 46.2 cubic feet of cargo space. So you can put all your junk back there, right? Especially if you're going shopping. And the thing that I love about it is that it has like privacy screens, right? So that if you leave all your stuff in, nobody can like walk by and see your stuff and try to like steal it, right? Because it has this screen here and it has this screen here. I use mine all the time. Love it, right? And another great thing is that it has a full spare and all the stuff you need, because I had to use mine the other day. That's how I know. Yeah. So that was all of our exterior, interior. Look at it, isn't it awesome? Doesn't that look cool? Now let's take a look at out on the road. Driving the 10th generation Civic is one of my favorite cars in the lineup to drive. I just really enjoy the whole layout of it. I like that the dashboard and the center console just kind of come up really high, and it's just a really comfortable seating position. Everything is really well within reach, and it's just a nice aesthetic overall. Even though it is hatchback and it has kind of like large pillars back there, there are a lot of different features that help with the visibility. I always find, you know, the rear view mirror is super extra large in the sport trim level, and it's that auto dimming. Love that. The lane watch camera helps out. The two mirrors on the side are very large, and the backup camera. In addition to that, you have the Honda sensing, which makes everything a little bit extra safer. You have the collision mitigated braking system that will help you in the event of a collision. It'll try to either prevent it or lessen the severity. It actually applies the brakes for you. You have the adaptive cruise control, which is great if you do a lot of like highway driving or stuff like that. You know, if you commute a lot, that's great. So the Sport Touring does have the obviously sport feel to it. Has a lot of like all the red backlighting, and it has that really awesome dual center exhaust, so it sounds just like an SI. Another one of my favorite features is the aluminum pedals. I love that, little extra touch. And that was our review on the 2020 Honda Civic hatchback in the Sport Touring trim level. And it has an MSRP of $28,850. I think it's such a great car. Maybe I'm a little biased because it's my daily driver, but I think it's a great car. It's super utilitarian with that fifth door hatchback, fuel efficient, has all the gadgets you need. What else could you ask for? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, leave us a lovely comment. I'm Honda Laura, and I'll see you next time.